Hey everybody, I am Bonnie Chalette, and today we are going to talk about Cami in the classroom. Be sure if you have a question, you can drop it in the YouTube chat right here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you can go ahead and we can follow along. In EBR, we are lucky enough to have access to the full version of Cami. It was a really wise choice, I think, on our district's part. So I'm super excited about it. You can always access this presentation if you want to share it to your staff later. That makes me feel great when people take this kind of stuff and share it, because that's what we want is for you to go and spread this your teacher friends. So you can always access this at bit.ly/EBRCami, and I will put that in the description for this YouTube video as well. And the recording is going to live at this same link forever and ever and ever. So you'll always be able to find it at this link. So if you need to reach me after today, please do. You can reach me at bchalette@ebrschools.org. You can follow me on Twitter at Bonnie Chalette, or I have a website at bit.ly/bchalette. I am like all the Google certifications, and I need to add on here, recently got coach. And then I've also got all the Cami certifications, which is something we can talk about at the end. So what is Cami? Cami allows you to take any existing document, PDFs, Word documents, images, anything, and lets you bring it to life. You can write on it, you can draw on it, you can annotate, you can do all these different types of comments, and all within your browser. And students all have access to the same features you do. So, and it's really, every time I play around with Cami, it has new stuff. So it really supports an engaged classroom environment, not just reading those PDFs, but how to bring it to life, how to interact with the text. So you can provide students with documents, or you can have them complete their own. Cami is completely compatible with Google Classroom. So you can go ahead and send those assignments straight through there. You can also use it as a digital whiteboard in your classroom, pull it up on your active panel or your projector or whatever, and have students collaborate real time. I know a lot of us use Jamboard for that kind of stuff, but you can also use Cami because it's got more features. And then you can share an editable link or just a copy with pretty much anybody, anywhere, just like you would a Google Doc. So there is something for everybody on Cami. For my department, we can send a lot of documents, anything that within district that needs to be signed. It's a little more tricky. It's a little tricky to send it to people, but you can send documents where people can edit it and sign it. It does cut down your printing, and I know it's a struggle just to get the ink and get the printer right, so you cut that out. And it's really good. It has a lot of tools for accessibility, inclusivity, and accommodations. And for students, it's really user-friendly for all levels. I know our littles sometimes struggle, but Cami is really friendly. And then even at the higher levels, it offers a lot of features that they need for those 21st century skills. So this is what you get with the free account. And the reason EBR purchased the teacher plan is because so many of our teachers were using this as a PDF. They could underline, draw, highlight, type on a PDF, which is such a big deal. But what we have is this big teacher plan. So we've got access to a dictionary, equations, text-to-speech, video comments, Google Classroom integration, like I said, the signature option, images, voice comments. One of my big favorites is split and merge. So you can find it at two places. And once again, I'll put this in the description, and I can drop this link in the chat as well. But you can launch it at web.camiapp.com, or you can add the extension. Personally, I'm a big extension fan, as you can tell right here. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to drop this in the chat. But you can, and I like the extension. The extension lives right up here. I have a few I really like, but Cami's a big one. You can open a new document, straight from just clicking this button. And you can just find it in the web store. And it isn't blocked by EBR. I know sometimes they block extensions. It is open. So Kami does a really cool job of having a great handbook. Often I have to make resources to support my teachers, not with Kami. It's got tons of stuff already done for me. It's super neat. You can see this is one that I've edited a little. I need to update my link, but it's a really good device. I mean, a good document that gives you resources to follow up with. And that's linked on these slides as well. And you should follow them on YouTube. Like if you like this or you like shorter videos or you're looking for something that's really specific to your content area, they've got it all. So they've got math, they've got science, social studies. It's all there. This is a playlist that I made, but you can definitely make your own. All right, so let's dive in to the actual tools itself. Let's play with the tools. So this is what you're going to see, all of these features. And if you need to refer back, you can. All right, so I'm going to jump in. Like we said, I'm going to click right here. I'm going to open my extension. This is going to be my main screen. So you can see I have options. If you are an EBR teacher and you don't see this EDU right here, let me know, and I'm the admin for that, and I can fix it. You should see the login here. If you haven't logged in already, it might prompt you to log in. You'll see a little help button up here, and even another place where you can open a file. So if you're wondering what this OCR means, that's if we have a PDF that's like scanned as a picture, it will read it for you and make it where you can select and write on it. And then you have this split and merge tool, which we will get to, but I wanted to explain why it's there. So I've got some options. I can open from my Google Drive. I can open from my OneDrive. You're a Microsoft person. I can open straight from my computer, which is awesome. I can create a classroom assignment, or I can have a new blank page. So I've got 5 options off the bat. I am going to open something from Google Drive because that's probably what I do the most. Because you may upload from your computer. It doesn't matter how you start, you're going to get the same menu. So I'm going to open from my Google Drive. I might look right here. It's going to ask me about PDFs. As you can tell, I've got a few. But a lot of times what I do is I edit with this Kami handbook just so you're kind of seeing it live. So what is Kami? Like I said, so I've got all these tools over here, all these tools at the top. We're going to kind of run through it really briefly. I'm just checking the chat, make sure if you have any questions to drop them there. If you can't see what they are, you can see there's a toggle descriptions button right here, and it'll pop it over. And then you've got a descriptions, and your students will see the exact same menu. So one cool thing I have right here for my, any student, if you're thinking about UDL or accommodations, anybody, if you need a dictionary, you click dictionary and you just click on any word. So augment, make something greater by adding to it. That's what we're doing with Kami. Text to speech will read the text for your students. You can put it on a loop. You can click read page. You can stop it. And you have a lot of different choices in voices and accents. So maybe your students, it's not going to translate it, but if it would support your ESL students to have it read in an accent that they better understand, you can choose that as well. And then I'm just going to hit. All right, and I can stop it. And I can also adjust the speed right here. So students can pick how fast they want it read, and it's going to save those settings. So the next time when they return, they'll always remember like the accent they like. Like I said, they've got tons of different voices right here, tons and tons of stuff. So lots of different options. And like I know the speed is important too. Some students like things read at different speeds, and it will save their settings, so they don't have to do it every time. One of our biggest things is marking up the text. I know A lot of us are used to it with highlighter. I've seen so many ELA teachers doing this. I know it's embedded in the curriculum. And we want our students to be able to interact with that text and mark it up. So what you're going to have here, you're going to have a few options. You have text highlighter, which is probably one of my, it may be the best, but it's a little low. Sometimes students don't like, it aggravates them that it doesn't highlight the top of the word. They have a freehand highlighter, which is just wild. I don't know if anybody would want that. And then a box highlighter, which you can like make a big box if you so choose. You do have a strikeout option, so maybe like for editing purposes, and an underline option. You can do this in all different colors. You've got a few additional options here.
Oh, yes, here she is.
So, you got tons of options here, especially with commenting. So I can do a text comment. Or I can even use voice typing. Just one second. All right. So I can comment here. I can do, and the students have this ability too. They can use voice typing. So that's pretty neat. If you're having students that struggle with your littles or anything. I know some of my little teachers too are using this for like reading records and stuff and having students read aloud, and use those voice comments to read aloud. So you can check their literacy, anything like that. And that's all under this comment section right here. I can even make a video comment. So like I said, if you want to read a document out loud and share it with your students, they can see a video of you reading or a video of you explaining stuff. You can't embed, like some people were asking if you could take a video from the outside and put it here. You can't, but it will put you right here, which is cool. So you can see right here everything I've said, and the students have the ability to do that. And I know my math teachers, at least, there are probably some other ones, really like this screen capture option. So I can show my students how to do something, and then it will record it. And so my students would have that option right there. So those are our big 3 comment functions. I have text comments, voice comments, well, 4 video comments, and screen capture. So tons of ways to make this super interactive and in-depth for your students. One of the important things about Canvas is you can make text boxes. And I know a lot of people, like if you have a PDF, what does it do for your students if you can't type on it? You got that text option right there. You got a few different font options, and your normal, like basic. They even have emojis built in now, but your basic word functions right there. Also, from our math people, they went ahead. You don't need any extension. Or my music people, you can just add all the little symbols right here. So it'll do that for you. I know that's super important, and that's such a struggle with Google, is that you have to get an extension for that. Something maybe newer is drawing. On Canvas, you can draw. You circle something, or and this is the same, like you might want to use on a PDF where you have students match or anything like that. I can add shapes. So like science people, math people, when you're making diagrams. And then I can erase. I can do an eraser where I just erase some things, or I can go in here and erase all annotations. So I can get rid of everything. So, I can erase just drawings and shapes, or I can start just cleaning up my document. I can add media. They even put some cute little stickers in there. So if you're grading student work, now you have little stickers. Great idea. Oh, I just saw your question, Ms. Bailey. For right now, the dictionary is only in English. But Miss Bailey is a world language teacher. So Cami is a New Zealand company. So if I want to add media, I can add an image from my Google Drive. I can't add like a document, like that. But I can do a Google image search and see Cami. There's a reason it says Cami app. Or say Monday. Say it's Monday. Put some Monday morning stuff on here, and I can move it around. I've got options. And then within our domain, you can do this. You can have a signature. All right. Now, I went through all these. Looks, I know I play with my document a whole bunch. I might scroll down to another page. And so let's look at this toolbar. You have a whole separate group of tools. One of my, and I said we were going to come back to this, I think one of the more important ones is the split and merge. Because the state curriculum or any documents you get generally come in 100-page PDFs, which isn't really functional for the average teacher. So what you can do with Cami is divide it up. So I can take any document that either I have on my computer or that's on my Google Drive, and I can upload that and divide it up and make it into separate files that would help me as a teacher. So you could go in and take out all of the graphic organizers from the social studies curriculum. So you have them all separate. So you can just start sharing them out in Cami, because I know some teachers are recreating all this, and that's kind of crazy. So within Cami, you can split and merge. I picked a big document, maybe I shouldn't have, which is why it's taken a minute. But we can talk about a few other, like I said, that was my fault. I shouldn't have picked one that big. And remember, you don't have to be in a document to start this split and merge. You can do it straight from here. You don't have to be, you can start it in two separate places. And you don't necessarily, it doesn't have to be a PDF. I keep repeating that, but I don't want you to think that that's necessarily the case. You can use all these different types of documents. So we're going to talk about split and merge in my document uploads. OCR, we discussed that. It reads your documents for you if it's like an image. Like if you find a PDF of a book and it just scans, OCR will make it where you can highlight and use your definitions and all those things. I can see my basic properties. Rarely will you need that. I can get notifications, like if somebody opens it, anything like that, that's totally up to you. I can create a Google Classroom assignment straight from here. It's very simple. It looks just like Google Classroom. It will even include in Cami instructions with every assignment and give you those same options, like how do you want it shared with the students? When do you want it due? Same stuff. Now, one update they did that was amazing is now when you create assignment, you can decide what features the students have access to. If you don't want them to have any of these things, if maybe you want them to have a dictionary or you don't, or maybe you want them to have markup tools, you can turn them all on, all off, or select the ones you want. So like you don't want them adding images, or all you want them to do is marking up the text. You can just choose those and allow that to be how your assignment is sent out to your students. That's pretty nifty. I'm excited about that. That wasn't always the case. I can also, from this menu over here, I can delete all of the annotations. So everything that I've put on here is now gone. And I even had the undo option. But now, I made this messy document, and it cleaned it up for me and made it nice and neat. So if you have a classroom where you've used this on your whiteboard and showed everybody how to annotate, you can just refresh every block. I can, and if I'm like, oh, huge mistake. I left it out. I can restore them as well. I'm gonna undo that little a mishap. But oh gosh, it went all over the place. It restored them from the beginning. So I'm still, I hate that it's not working from right now. So I'm going to open up a new PDF, or I can even, and this isn't something I know we often think of Cami as an uploading thing, but you can also create from here. You can start with a blank slate and use this. Maybe have students collaborating on like labeling a cell, which is not something you can do in Jamboard as well. You can rotate and make comments. Now, big part of everything and something like I said, I'm gonna add a sticker here just to be fun. Because I really like that they added all these stickers. Super cute. Look. Well researched. If you get this, it's what it's saying is I started this in Cami, but it's not connected to my Google Drive yet. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to click always upload. That's up to you if you want to do that. And I'm going to automatically where it's going to automatically save to my Google Drive now. I've heard of students having issues with Cami not saving. That's probably what's happening. So if you ever do this with students and like, oh, I did all this stuff and it didn't save, it might be like not connected to their drive properly. And reach out to me if you're consistently having that problem. We can look into it for sure. But one thing I think is the most important maybe is how to share it, how to connect with your students. Where do I access the Cami handbook? I have it on the slides here, and I can drop the link towards the end. And I can even put it in the description of the YouTube. But if you give me a second, I will definitely, and you can also find it on my slide deck it's on like the second slide. So multiple sharing options. So I can just share the link, right? This is what we're familiar with Google at this point. And then I've got lots of options here. Can make it restricted, where only certain people can access it. Can make it anyone with the link. This is probably the one I use the most. Viewer, editor, and you know how we're always using that little feature in Google where we go in and change the last few letters to copy. This will do it for me. So if I share this out with y'all, you can see it will force you to make a copy. And so you'll have your own individual copy. And then, like I said, and you might want to decide whether students can download or print. I don't really deal with that as much, but you do have that option to do that as well. If I want to add another page, I just click this button. It'll ask me how many, and I hit add, and it's going to continue from there. My split and merge, which is the thing I talk up the most. It's just taking too long for some reason. But I'm going to try it with this one. But I will say this is abnormal for it not to work. I'm going to try it one more time because I like to do this with a bigger document. Because it just makes it make more sense. So we've gone over all of our features here. We've gone over all of our options on our menu over here. Sharing, saving, printing, and you can download. This is something I do a lot. Somebody will send me a PDF. I'll type on it, and then I'll end up downloading it. Because some people don't like when I send them Cami links, so we have to meet people where they are. So you can export to your computer, Google Drive or OneDrive. You can decide how you want to export, if you just want a blank document, or you can just do your annotations, which is pretty neat. You'll just name it. It'll always put Cami export in the beginning. You'll see this right here. We'll say flatten annotations. Flatten annotations means that it makes it part of that document. So that's just an option that you have. If you want to share it with students or anything like that, and you want those annotations to stay, yeah, that's what that flatten means. And so I hit export, and I haven't authorized my my drive yet, but I can still do it this way. I wanted to send it to my computer. So you can see right here. Now I have a copy of my cute little PDF, and I can share it with whoever I need to share it with as a PDF. Some examples you might use this for, like flyers for anything. Lots of different things for your classroom that you might use, like I said, or for your admin at your school. You want to make something, have all of your admin collaborate on it, then download it and share it out. This is a good way to do that as well. So we talked about where we started. Now let's think of a few ways we can use it in class. Like you can see right here for my math people, some people have added the grid lines, or just look at, I know I've seen some people like just Google grid lines or stuff like that, and add them in the background. So you can do things like that with shapes. You can, have them circle stuff, put to measure. Text to speech we talked about, super important for your accommodation and all of your students. All of our tools right here. I just want you to know you can always access this later. And then if you're interested, you can become a CAMI certified educator. So you can become CAMI certified. Now they have level 1 and level 2. It's pretty neat. It's nothing like a Google certification or anything. You just walk through the modules, join their community, share, and then they'll verify you. And so now there is a level 1 and a level 2. And it's pretty fun because you have a bunch of people from New Zealand talking to you, which is where the company is. Does anybody have any questions? I'm trying to get my split and merge. Okay. I'm not sure what my issue was with my split and merge with my Google Drive, but I have it fixed. These are some internship hours that I'm helping somebody with. I'm going to go to split and merge. I can even drop them straight to here. And now I can make them into multiple files. I can divide it up however I want, and then even export 3 different files. So I can divide up, like I said, say you take the state curriculum, you put all the graphic organizers in one, you put all the chapters in one, or you can even, if you want to add things together. So if you find 2 PDFs of something you want to add together, you can do that through split and merge as well. And so I can export it all. It's going to give me 3 different files and a little zip. Or I can do it straight to my Google Drive. I'm going to put it in my iCare folder right here. And it'll put those 3 separate files there. So like I said, you can put things together, or you can split up, like something like I said, or like this curriculum, we've got tons of different things, this huge document. You can take it, make it to what in chunks that are relevant to you. So I think we covered all my CAMI stuff, all the tools, how you can become a certified educator, how to make your own document. What else could I help you with? We're going to find that. I'll link you. I'll give you a fresh copy of the Cami handbook in the chat. It's right here. It is going to ask you to complete a form. I'm not 1,000% sure why. I'm just showing you in case you don't get my slides. Or anything happens. But yeah, you have to go through, get the form, and then it will get the handbook. And I'll drop this in the chat though, just to make sure you have access. All right, and that's a long. I'm also going to put it, make sure you have access on my slides right here. And I'll make this a fresh copy because I've annotated mine to death. And then you can always find my slides at bit.ly/EBRCami. So can run through those things. Like I said, I hope you take these and you run with them and you share them with your PLCs and all those things to be helpful. All right. I've got everything in the chat. If you got a few questions, I'm going to be here. If not, really, really thank you for coming out in your free time this summer. Really excited about the start of the school year, and I will talk to you soon. All right. Well, it doesn't look like I have any questions in the chat. And so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If anybody needs any help, let me know. bshalette@ebrschools.org. I'll put that on the screen one last time. And then this recording will always be at this link. So we'll talk to everybody soon. Really appreciate you coming out. And I hope everybody has an awesome Monday. All right.